One. Hello, 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 and welcome back to the GTD Podcast. I am the Norex. I speak for the podcast. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, you all to the thing. Yes. Sorry for the absence of an episode last week, but you know how it goes. Listen, we have decent excuses this time. There were birthdays that needed to be celebrated. So, there are birthdays that needed to be celebrated of varying types, I assure you. Why is everybody
not actual niece?
What?
Yeah, it was an actual birthday. It was a very actual birthday. My adopted uncle's niece. I mean, not niece, his daughter.
Daughter.
Yeah, my adopted uncle's daughter, thus my niece.
Yeah, that's how that works. That's how that works. So
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fun birthday party. I helped set it up and take it down and everything. I can't believe that was only a week ago. That's weird. Been extraordinarily busy.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I can say I've been busy, but I have been doing things. There's that.
I've been so busy. I have a project that has 2 hours left on it, and I haven't even been able to finish that one project. Okay.
I'm sorry. A cat has decided to disturb the recording. But that's what happens when you own pets. You don't want to... Here, if I... Wait.
Yeah, we're taking care of a pet too, by the way.
If I put the cat on screen, it will give me more views. Show the cat to the audience.
Yes. Cats get views. That's how that works.
Isn't that right, Alfie? You just love being on the candid TV.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably... It's whatever. Anyways, yes, welcome to the GTD Podcast. I introduced myself. Who do I have here with me? Well, I'll tell you who I have here with me. I have you, Mr. Devin.
I am Evan Hart now. At least that's my pseudonym that I'm going under to keep my identity safe, so no one will know who I actually am.
Right.
Because we'll never call you.
No one will figure it out.
No one
Ever.
will.
No. I mean, you might accidentally call me by my real name
or
yeah, it's totally fine.
Yeah. No. Good alias. Seems like it'll be effective.
It'll be super effective.
Oh, it'll be super
Like
effective.
fire
There's
on
no
fast
way
time.
anybody's gonna figure out Devin from Evan.
Nope. or my last name from Hart, which we are not going to say.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, it has nothing to do with your last name, so there's that.
It doesn't. You're narrowing it down for them. So now let's instead talk about introductions.
Yeah. What about
Yes.
those introductions?
They are introductions.
Do you want to introduce yourself, or did you already
sure.
do it?
I am Evan Hart, also known as Deliot Z.
Not anymore.
Well, if you look up Deliot Z on YouTube, Evan Hart shows up.
That's because it's still trying to figure things out.
It is. And if you look up Evan Hart, nothing shows up.
Yeah.
I mean, not nothing. There's a couple channels with like 700 subs or whatever.
Right. And what about you, Mr. Mysterious Man that doesn't talk a lot?
What have I been doing this week?
No, just introduce yourself.
Okay, my brain is functioning amazingly.
I play Minecraft. He also plays Minecraft. I used to play
Yeah.
more, but now I don't.
You used to
I'm working
play...
on editing something.
Just introduce yourself and we'll get on to the other things.
Yeah, sorry, my brain is working horribly right now.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Matthew.
Why do I invite you here?
I mean, I host the meetings for one. But also Devin could be.
That
All right.
girl from last time, by the way, she stopped talking to me, which is fine. It's just sad.
Whatever.
What?
So yes,
Okay.
did you introduce yourself, Matthew?
Yeah, I said
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
Matthew.
terrible
Hi.
start to the podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely
I'm out of
awful.
it today
All my fault.
in that regard.
All right. Yes. Welcome to the GTD Podcast. We have several things coming up in the show. We will be, yes, now that introductions are out of the way, let's just get into the meat and potatoes of the podcast, which is we'll be talking about what we've been playing this week, but it's probably not going to be very much because it never is. Then we'll be looking at some trailers. We have 2 trailers this week. We'll be looking at a trailer for Essays on Empathy, which is a sort of short anthology game that should be interesting to take a look at. And then we'll be looking at the trailer for House of Ashes. The next game, I accidentally muted myself. The next game in the Dark Pictures Anthology series. But after that, then we'll be talking about any host topics we happen to find on the side of the road or bring with us, or I don't know, were given to us by our moms, however that works. Then we'll be taking a look at news. We have several pieces of news to talk about this week. Jesus, relating to Blizzard, another Blizzard controversy, but it's small, so don't worry about it. Then we'll be taking a look at both E3 and Summer Game Fest, how those things are going to be happening, as well as something new from EA in regards to a studio. So that should be interesting to take a look at. And after that, we'll be going on to shameless self-promotion, where we shamelessly self-promote ourselves, and then the end of the show. So without further ado, let's get right into the first segment of today. So, Matthew, what have you been playing this week? Hell, what have you been doing this week? It's been 2 weeks.
Oh yeah. I've been mostly playing Minecraft, working on my base, messing with redstone. It's been fun, making some redstone doors, a lot of redstone doors, because my brain has gone insane and I've been building a lot of redstone.
Right. You need the old redstone guide then. Redstone for Dummies or whatever it was called.
What?
That old book, do you remember back in the day when Minecraft sold guidebooks? They had like a redstone guidebook.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I
think
do
I
not.
own it. I don't know where it is though.
I just mess around with things and slowly learn by watching people and hearing things.
That's a
I
fair way.
still don't know how. What is it called? Comparators? No, redstone comparators are the 2 one. What's the 3 torch one?
What
is that? A redstone comparator?
Comparator?
Okay, I don't understand how to use the redstone comparators still.
It's a learning curve.
I hear they're confusing.
Yeah,
exactly. And I don't really know how observers work, but that's fine.
I do know how to make a chest where if you open it will trigger the. If you open it, it won't trigger, but if you take an item out, it will trigger and blow stuff up.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's one of those nice little things. Man.
I've also been playing some stuff with Max, some CTM Minecraft, a little bit of Spellbound Caves just to mess around.
Were you recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't go amazingly. We didn't get a shelter built on the first night. We had death count on. By the end of the first night, Max had like 30 deaths. I think.
It's a lot. It was the old classic Spellbound Caves too, which is I mean, it's one of the harder Vex maps, but it's not the hardest one he's ever created.
Oh no, by no means. The Nether thing, the Hell World one is the hardest one, and I don't want to play that one because it's horrid and evil.
Fair. Very fair.
But where was I? Right. The way we got the first wall, this is something entertaining, was we bomb rushed it until we got past all the mobs, dug into the area, and put blocks up. Well, I got in there. Max helped by being a distraction.
I see.
And then I ran all the way out with a wool and didn't die. And then we went back and got all the other 26 pretty easily.
Right.
We lost a lot of stuff,
I would guess.
including the diamond chest piece, and we only got 5 saplings. The spruce saplings. This all happened on the first night. We died a lot.
Wow. Jesus.
I think we got the wool on the second night, but still. But here's the thing that I'm amazed of by. When I ran into the wool area, there were several mobs. And this was like the second attempt or third attempt at doing this. And I put blocks up to block myself in after breaking in. And then there were like 15 mobs in front of the door. And so I grabbed a block, mined out another way, and just ran. And made it. Amazingly.
That's not as funny as if you were to die. A story of success is never as funny as a story of failure.
That is true.
Okay, here's what happened during the entire night. We ran around, got killed a bunch. And then when we ran into the place, we died several dozen times. Well, multiple dozen. A dozen times probably. Combined. Well, individually. We probably died about 5 each. Max inside the dungeon. We didn't bring anything with us either. We just bomb rushed it.
Yeah.
Not the smartest move. I would definitely not do that in a normal playthrough. But that wasn't normal.
Yeah.
Oh, and I did an MLG onto the orange wall at the bottom of the lava.
Right.
I just jumped and made it.
Sorry.
1 water bucket. Very risky.
I have a
Very
cat
dumb.
distraction.
Anyway, I don't remember if we're keeping that world around because it was kind of a mess and we lost. I mean, we didn't lose any wool and we kept just bomb rushing stuff and getting wool. Oh, and that's really funny in my opinion. When we were at the magenta wool, I think it's the magenta wool that's in the library, the blackened library. You know that pressure plate trap that goes out right in front of the wall?
Uh-huh.
Max didn't fall on it, but then a skeleton shot him onto the pressure plate and dropped him in.
I see.
So he still fell into the trap.
Well, that's just bad luck at that point.
I know.
All right, then.
It was
So you've been playing
really funny.
Yeah, okay. So you've been playing Minecraft, CTM, anything else?
I built a lot of my base. I haven't played any Bed Wars lately.
What?
What a surprise.
I've been prioritizing other things.
Oh.
Oh. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think there's
ridiculous.
much else I've been doing lately.
All right. All right, then. In that case.
Yeah, no.
All right. Yeah. All right.
The CTM stuff was really fun.
Yeah, it's honestly, I do actually have like a lot of I guess admiration is the best way to put it for Vex. I enjoy his way of thinking quite a bit in terms of how he develops things.
Hey, what do you two think of playing Spellbound Caves with Max and I?
Something I actually really like about him is that I remember a long time ago he did sort of like a tutorial video series for his own map of Spellbound Caves, and he said eating spider eyes is a great way to get hunger up because it doesn't poison you at all. It poisons your health, but it won't kill you. So, but you're getting hunger back, which is something I vaguely adopted in my normal playing of Minecraft. So I started eating spider eyes a lot.
Huh. When I have a lot of them, if I don't have any other food, I'll eat them because they're actually not a bad food.
You guys don't brew potions very often, do you?
No, I do. I just haven't. I'm saying like if I'm in a cave and don't have any other food and have killed a lot of spiders, if I have to eat the spider eyes, that's what I'm saying. They're a last resort because they still hurt me, and if I'm in a cave, I don't want to die. But
I mean, yeah, you know.
My point is, it's a food source. Of course, I use them for potions.
Yeah.
I don't use them for potions very often. Just like,
I mean, I could go off on Minecraft's potion brewing system and how it's kind of clunky and bad, but you know,
What? What are you talking about? It makes complete sense.
it's not
I mean, it
about
does make sense,
It's
but-
about its design.
There surely aren't any design flaws in Minecraft. Minecraft's a perfect game, man.
Clearly, it is if you guys play it a lot.
Yeah, that's how you tell if a game's perfect, if someone plays it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely how that works.
Yep.
All right then. So yeah, that's all we've been doing this week, Matthew.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, Devin, what have you been playing this week or doing? I guess.
Well, I was supposed to be doing some yard work, but then my schedule immediately filled up for the entire week. And so I was an electrician's apprentice. I went to a youth group in Lafayette, although that was last Friday. So that didn't happen this week. With electrician's apprentice, I helped set up at a birthday party. I made a video, a 15-minute video, and edited it, which took a long time. But
Yeah.
it's a really good video. It didn't feel like it took a long time. I
Mhm.
got almost to finishing a Sabre, and then I just lost all will for the project. And I'll come back to it probably later today and finish it. And I've been messing around with magic cards. I painted a card. That was fun.
Yeah, I know. I know you've been painting cards.
Yeah. It's not perfect, but I think it's an improvement. It's definitely an improvement.
I suppose. I don't know. I mean, I've seen your
Maybe.
stuff, so I don't know. It looks pretty good. You can show the camera if you wish, you know.
Yeah. And I've just been kind of chilling. My sleep schedule got completely out of whack because I've been so busy that when I get to sleep or like when I get to bed, I'm just like, wait, no, I have to finish this one more thing. I have to write one more thing. And then it's like 3 a.m. I'm like, I can't get to sleep. I'm scared of sleeping. I'll miss all the time that I'm sleeping for.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean,
I don't know why I get that too a lot because I always feel like I don't know what it is. I think it's because I always sort of had a bad sleeping schedule and I've always been the person I've always been this person that liked being up before or after. Basically, I like being up when everybody else is asleep. I don't know why, but like I get this like in my head that like I really start wanting to do things when it's nighttime. I almost feel like my best work mindset is when it's like nighttime and nobody else is awake. I don't know why. It always happens to me, but I really need to get that away from me if I want to have a sleep schedule of any kind. I really need to figure out how to work without that hanging over me. But so I assume based on your description of what you've been doing, you haven't been playing any games.
I did actually. I managed to somehow make time to play a little game. I don't remember what it's called. I downloaded it off of an app. Is currently missing. Let me see. I'll just quickly see if I can find it. It's this cute little game made by some guy on YouTube that you just walk around in a little room and walk through a maze.
I see.
And I don't think the game is called Art Rage Studio.
Doesn't sound like it.
I hope my computer didn't just delete it. That would be sad.
That would also be very odd.
Be fitting.
Why would it be fitting?
Because my computer deletes all sorts of stuff.
That doesn't sound healthy.
No,
it doesn't
it's
sound
not.
like a good thing.
It's not. It's not a good thing. It's so annoying. It
That
just
sounds. That sounds like you might have a virus.
Yeah, might need to factory wipe this big old hunky boy.
Mm-hmm. It's like 10 years old.
No, it's not. This is the new one. This one's like a year old. I don't know why it's messing up. Probably because it has a virus, but that's sad.
That's probably the case. That's probably the case.
Where would you have gotten the virus from? No,
Download.
actually, never mind.
Yeah,
You
downloading.
a
I
lot
download
of
kind of
random-
indiscriminately.
Yeah, that's a good way to get a virus.
Oh yeah, yeah.
See, I got afraid of
don't know,
downloading
man.
random stuff.
I don't know. All right. Well, so that's what we've been doing this week, right?
Yep.
All right. So you've been working, making videos, and playing a maze game. Just to sum it up. Yeah. I mean, that's a fine week, I guess. That's fine. Whatever.
It's been extraordinarily busy.
Yeah. All right then. Well, in that case, moving on to moi about what I've been doing this week. Hey, I've you know the drill. I haven't really been playing much this week, unsurprisingly. I don't know why I do this so much. I don't know, man. The weeks go by so fast sometimes. Like, it was Friday before I knew. I was like, oh shit, I haven't done anything this week. Okay, so just to lay it out, I haven't been super busy this week, but I've been doing a lot of stuff. Like, I guess that's the thing. I've been trying to I have too much on my mind, so I can't do anything, which is the main problem. But the other thing is that I have played some games. I've been playing, mainly I've just been playing Smash. I've just been playing Smash Ultimate recently, like a lot. Just like online one-on-one matches, quick matches. And like, I've been getting really good. I've been maining Little Mac for like the past several whatevers, like the base, like all my matches. I've been getting really good at beating people. Like, my match consistency is like pretty good at this point. I've been getting really good. Like, I've 3-stocked people, which is to say, like, I've beaten, like, because we each have 3 stock. I've beaten somebody without losing a stock. I've beaten a couple of people without losing a single stock on my end. And
nice.
You know what's really funny? I've gotten it's really obvious. Like, it's really funny seeing the different types of people. Like, there are the people that like get angry that you won, so rematch you, and then just like, if they beat you once out of that, they'll just leave and they'll be like, ha, I beat you, and then leave. Or there's the people that just insta quit if you beat them. And then it's really funny. And then there's the people that are like, oh man, this guy's really fun to play with. I'll just keep fighting him until whatever, Those are fun matches. Those are the most fun matches, because you find somebody who is not what's the term? Like, you find somebody who's just like, who enjoys the game but isn't like so into it that they just feel the need to quit out of a match or like get out of the way if they lose once. And little Mac is really fun. He has a super armor on all of his smash attacks, which means I can basically hit through any attack on me. Like, if there's a clash, like if somebody hits me when I hit them, I will win the exchange because I have super armor and they don't get me. So I will win basically any exchange of attacks.
Well, that's not fair.
It's very fair, because Little Mac's recovery is donkey ass.
Okay.
Like, seriously, like, most of Little Mac's deaths are going to be not being able to reach back onto the platform. His recovery is terrible.
Oh.
Like, he has 0 recovery and his air game is terrible.
Okay.
So, it's balanced out in that aspect. But man, that super armor it's so satisfying to just punch somebody. Little Mac is super satisfying to play as. But Anyways, yes, I'm playing a lot of Smash. I believe I told this story the week before, but when I was playing Smash Brothers Max over a thing, we both got random. We were both playing random characters, and the final match we did, we both hit random, and we both got the exact same character and the exact same coloration of the character. So we both got Bayonetta, and it was the most unique Bayonetta skin. It was like red and white. So that's literally like an over 80 in 1 chance and then an 8 in 1 chance over the entirety of the random system. I thought that was fucking ridiculous. Like, what the hell? Why did that happen? And it was literally our last match. And I literally said, okay, this match is like the big beans match. This is the one that, whoever wins this is the winner of the day or whatever. That's what I said. And it's just so happened to be the most weird match we had. But anyways, what else have I been doing? I've been thinking about playing Demon Souls again, but part of me doesn't want to like replay it from the beginning because it'll be literally like the 5th time I've tried to play Demon Souls from the beginning. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is with Demon Souls. I really love Demon Souls. I love the atmosphere. I love all of that stuff. But for some reason, I just can't get through it. I don't know why. So yeah, I want to play through Demon Souls again. And also, I started playing through Resident Evil 4, but I only got through like the first area. I like, Resident Evil, whatever. And yeah, that's basically all I've been. What else has been doing? I guess that's basically all I've been doing. Oh, actually, I bought some more games today, just recently. Where did I put the bag? That bag. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I I bought some games today that I feel inclined to show off because, I'm that kind of guy sometimes. But specifically, I want to see this. So this is the Mass Effect Trilogy, and I'm aware that the remastered trilogy is coming out for PS5 soon. Whatever. I've wanted to have this for a while, but I found this. It's only like $20 for 3 games in the Mass Effect Trilogy collection. And like, this is a great find. This is an amazing find. It's only like $20 for, 3 games in this nice, this nice box and stuff. I thought it was cool. I also got some other random stuff, but this is the most interesting thing, I think, that I have. Yeah. I guess that's all I've been really doing. Been thinking about D&D, but I can't do anything. Internet connection is unstable. That doesn't seem good.
I saw that too.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to think out. I know I probably sound boring as all hell, but I'm just trying to figure out what I've been doing. And like, I think that's about it. I've just been playing a lot of Smash. I played some random bits of other games. And I've been doing work of a kind, but I don't know what because it's been a long week and I can't remember everything that happened. Anyways, that's all I've been doing this week. So with that out of the way, let's just swiftly move on to our next topic, which is trailers. So like I said, first trailer we have for today is come on, there we go. Why do things load so slowly? I hate it. Anyways, the first trailer we have for today is Essays on Empathy, which is a game that came out several days ago at this point. But this is the announcement. trailer for Essays on Empathy, which came out about 2 days ago or so. But yes, it is a like compilation of 10 smaller games from Deconstructum. It's also published by Devolver Digital, which, I mean, I just trust Devolver. I trust Devolver Digital quite a lot because, man, they do a lot of really cool stuff. But yeah, it looks very like it looks. I've been seeing some stuff about this. It looks very narrative. What? Excuse me. Stupid sounds in the background. Stupid sounds in the background that play when I don't want them to. Anyways, sorry. Yes. I talk too fast. Yes, that was the trailer for Essays on Empathy, a 10-game sort of like mini experience plus a like looks to be fully fledged narrative experience from Deconstructum. So it's just a bunch of like little narrative adventures revolving around empathy because it's Essays on Empathy. And it's like little point and click styled with pixelated graphics, but it looks really like nice, looks nice.
It does look nice.
There's always, there's never enough experiences that are just about empathy in general. So there's that. But yeah. What do you guys?
This
What?
cat.
What?
This
Oh,
cat is going after the dog food.
That doesn't seem like a thing.
She's biting it. She wants it.
Go away, cat. You're interrupting the podcast.
Well, anyway.
This is now known as the Podcats. The GTD Podcats. So, enjoy that. Where we talk about our cats and how we play with them.
Oh.
And each week we talk about. Okay, yes. Back to Essays on Empathy. What do you guys think? Any whatevers? Just like, what do you, Matthew? Just, think of the game. What did you hear about it anyway? Do you have anything?
It's a game and its graphics look fine. I don't really know anything about it. I hadn't heard of it before now. I hadn't heard of the team that made it before now.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not really in the gaming sphere and that sort of thing, and much of that sort of. Yeah.
Yes.
I did this in my spare. Ignore the bottom part. I did this in my spare time.
Right.
And this. I altered this card.
Yeah.
You might not be able to see the alter that I did though.
I don't know. Maybe.
Can you see it? Wait, let's see. Can you see it?
Oh, I see.
Basically, all of that text reads. It's so loud.
Doesn't matter. Move the camera back.
Basically, all that text reads, you may reveal a dragon from your hand as you cast this spell. If you do, then you can't counter this spell. And then you draw cards.
So it's just a draw 4 cards now. It's just draw 4 cards.
With a bunch of extra text that does not need to waste time being read.
I see.
And this card has 1 word, or 3 words. This is a 3-word spell. Counter, target, spell. That's it. Wow.
Yeah.
I think I captured the colors pretty well. I think.
Yeah, that works. you know, not to say it doesn't go in this section, but
Oh yeah, it doesn't go in this section.
could have talked about it when you were saying what you're doing this week.
Well, I did. I was going to, but then you were talking about your thing, and I was like, "Oops, I should have." Oops. Oh well.
It's whatever, man. God
It's
damn
fine.
it.
Okay, we can go on to continuing this section.
Oh, I wasn't saying God damn it to you. I have a cat
What?
interruption again.
Oh no.
Okay, but yes, essays on empathy. Got anything to say about that?
No.
What do you mean you don't have anything to say? Did you watch what?
I don't have anything to say about it. It looked like a game. This is the cat and the dog, by the way. You can't even see the dog.
Right. All right. Well, that was a sequence. Yeah. That yes, that was essays on empathy. A 10-game sort of curated pack of narrative experiences about empathy from Destructum, published by Devolver Digital. So, I think it'll be very interesting. I like little narrative experiences like that sometimes. But we'll just have to see. And it's available on PC, so go buy it, you sons of something. Anyways, moving on to the next trailer, which is stupid things. So this is the Dark Pictures Anthology, House of Ashes. So you'll see.
That sounds like a horror game.
Yeah.
Why did they have to do that?
Yes, that was a teaser trailer for the Dark Pictures Anthology, House of Ashes, coming to all of your consoles and Steam.
Not bad.
Yes. So this is the next game in the Dark Pictures Anthology, which I think this is the 5th game now. The Dark Pictures Anthology by Supermassive is, well, it's an anthology series of like horror movie games. They're like, so that was like a teaser trailer, and it didn't actually show any gameplay. It was like mostly a movie type thing. But the game, I mean, that's kind of what the games are to a degree, because like the first game in the series was Until Dawn, which was sort of at its release a very unique concept, which was kind of like, it was basically like a horror, it was like a horror movie as a game. It was like an old 80s slasher as a game, and its monster was a Wendigo. So, and it was like, it's this completely like point and click narrative experience that you play as like separate characters throughout these. They also like have the character models are they also have like they use like low budget but actors that appear in a lot of films. For like characters and stuff. So you'll see like, and they're like modeled in the game as well. So it's kind of like the actors are actually there. Yeah, the first in the series was Until Dawn. Then there was Man of Maiden. Then there was Little Hope, and now we have House of Ashes. Now, here's the thing. I don't particularly enjoy the Anthology series. I think Until Dawn was a very interesting experience that worked at the time. However, the other games, Man of Maiden and Little Hope, basically have the same twist at the end of the game. Like, they're kind of samey and there's not really any threat. Like, basically what I mean, like, both Man of Maiden and Little Hope's twists was that everything was a hallucination. So everything that happens during the game is just the product of something else. It's not actually real. Yeah, so in Man of Maiden, it's like these guys on a boat and it's all a hallucination due to some like gas leakage or something. And then Little Hope is at the end of the game, it's revealed that everything that happens is literally just like a dream sequence hallucination by like a mentally unstable guy who is like, I don't know, what the hell are you doing, cat? What are you doing? Did you just lick dust? What are you doing? Why are you like this? Whatever. I'm just gonna leave him to his own devices over there for a little bit. But anyways, so I don't have a lot of hope for, House of Ashes, because, it also just, I know neither of you haven't heard of this anthology series, but like the writing, at least in Little Hope, is like kind of bad. It's like, I don't know what they're trying to go for in Little Hope, because the writing is kind of bad and none of the characters really act like people. like literally at the start of Little Hope, there's like a crash and all the people get off the bus and then immediately like two characters are at each other's throats. And it's like an older lady who is a student at the throat of like an 18-year-old girl. It's like, what the hell is going on? Why do they have beef with each other? What is going on? Anyways. But yeah, that's just my...
Aaron, why do they have beef with each other? Because reasons.
Yeah, I mean that's just, and to be fair, that's just Little Hope. I actually don't know a super lot about Man of Maiden. It's the game that I've seen the least of, but I don't know, like there's something very odd about the Dark Anthology series. Something very odd about it, and it's just not for me, I think. I know there's a lot of people that like it, but I would personally enjoy if House of Ashes didn't turn out to be hallucinations. That's all I'm saying. I would personally enjoy if House of Ashes was an actual monster and not just a hallucination again.
That would be nice.
Yeah. I know I'm kind of like, you two would probably actually, well, Matthew isn't a fan of horror, but you would probably enjoy the Anthology series. Like the first one is literally like your typical 80s slasher film. And like that one works. Like it has a real monster. It is cheesy as all hell because it's supposed to be like an 80s slasher film in the vein of like Friday the 13th and stuff like that. Like what's this, Jason, stuff like that. It works really well. Then and I don't know, you might enjoy Little Hope and Man of Maiden as well. You can get them on Steam and such, so you have the ability to play them. But where the hell did he go?
I don't know.
What is going on?
I certainly would enjoy playing a horror game. I think I just haven't ever.
Yeah, I mean, if you well, there's a couple small horror games on the Switch, and then there's you have PC as well, which just has a whole slew of horror games of every type.
Yeah.
And then there's the Resident Evil series, which is survival horror that has that's supposed to be kind of cheesy and goofy, but is also still very terrifying.
That's my favorite, though. I like that.
Yeah. But where the hell did Matthew go?
No idea.
All right then. Excuse me.
He's back.
Why did you drop dead?
I hacked his server.
I don't know.
I hacked his
Then
server.
how many tabs do you have open?
Well, that's good.
I'll check.
That's good. Good. Anyways. Yes, but like I was saying, I just don't super enjoy Supermassive's design ethic or design choices when it comes to their plot structure of at least Man of Maiden and Little Hope. Because, I don't know. It's just, I think that's the thing that annoys me the most. It's that it is literally the same twist twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
And a lot of people really dislike the "it was all a dream, it was all an illusion" plot twist. It's one of the least enjoyed plot twists of any type in any kind of series.
It's not a plot twist.
Well, that's the thing. It's one of those things where it's it's a twist in the fact that it is a twist, everything was a dream, but it doesn't work all the time, and more often than not it's used as a lazy crutch for writers. There's more writers who use it as a lazy crutch than there are people who actually had a good idea.
Yep.
And I'm not saying Little Hope and Man of Maiden use it as a crutch, but it would have been nice if at least they weren't the same twist,
Mm-hmm.
What was I going to say? Frick. Yes. Yeah, the illusion twist, because there's a lot. I had something in my head and then it went. God damn it. Because the illusion twist is never. Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. Saying that, and then what I was going to say is that it's very hard to pull off as well. Because that's what I was going to say. Because when you have a story that is built up as one way, and then it is revealed that everything that you were getting invested in was just nothing, it becomes very hard to be okay with that.
Yeah. I 100%. Things where the end was just where it was all a dream or whatever, things like that are definitively like that, they feel kind of like they don't have rewatch value.
Yeah.
What if it turned out that it was
To be fair,
that it was a dream, but the dream was a dream in a dream's dream?
It's kind of like, okay, so it's kind of like
it's a horror game.
Sixth Sense. It's like that. Sixth Sense is one of the greatest horror suspense films of all time because of not just because of its twist, but because of what it accomplishes. Have you ever seen The Sixth Sense? Okay, just for you two, I shan't not spoil it, but its ending has been known for years. So you people in the audience know what I'm talking about. But it's
dead the whole time.
What?
Turns out he was a ghost the whole time. Turns out it was a dream the whole time.
What are you talking
Turns out actually he was
guessing?
his father the whole time.
Are you just guessing?
I have no idea. I'm just trying to guess really stupid twists.
I'm not going to give you any hints, but we can talk about this later if you want.
Okay.
But basically, it was revered as, also, I'd like to point out, that is a Shyamalan film, before he got too big for his britches, and every film he made had to have a twist of some description. But I like The Sixth Sense is regarded as one of the best films of all time because of its emotional impact, and like its twist does sort of cover the same regards as like It Was All a Dream, because it flips the scenario on its head completely, but it doesn't get rid of what was built up beforehand, you know? Like it flips the whole scenario on its head, but it doesn't negate anything that was built up for it to happen. So you can still get invested in it. But you know, that's what'd you say?
It's a culmination twist rather than like a switch, a bait and switch, where it's like you think it's one thing, it's actually a different thing.
Yeah, actually,
so those information I was telling you earlier, that was actually a lie. I was setting up a false expectation.
Yeah,
because
the
expectation I was setting up, I don't know how to write.
yeah, that's
if it's actually if it actually makes sense, if there are more reasons for it.
Yeah, mysteries are one of the hardest things to write, but you know,
well, it's like I never expected them to lose Infinity War. What an subversive ending.
Well,
but
I mean,
but it's not. It doesn't like it's they set it up.
I mean, yeah, they did.
They set up what happened. It was just like, whoa.
I mean, yeah, it's like, to be fair, like that is unexpected, but it's not unexpected for the sake of it, and it's also not really a twist. Like it's a twist that has been built up for over 10 years. It is something that they put a lot of effort and time into for this, you know, it wasn't just like, oh, of course they're gonna, you know, it wasn't like a haha, they lost kind of thing. It was literally like, oh, they lost. Well, you know, and the ramifications of that proceeded into the next film.
Yep.
You know, Endgame is literally 3 hours long, but it's so good and does so much for its plot structure that just just makes everything better. But you know, also this is off topic, but I just want to say I've seen some people who for some reason thought that the Gamora that comes back from the Gamora, you know, Gamora died, and then the other Gamora from the other timeline that comes back, I saw people thinking that like, oh, so that's how they brought it. It's like, no, no, she's not staying around.
I mean, she's still in this universe, right?
No, I'm pretty sure she got either wiped out or went back to her own time.
I'm pretty sure
you don't
she's in
see her
the
at the end of the
current
film with Quill and anybody else.
But she snuck off somewhere. That's
yeah.
I mean, maybe,
I think she snuck
but
away.
even still, it's like it doesn't. Also, her coming back does not negate the other Gamora's death, because that Gamora was the one that Quill had the relationship built up with. This new Gamora,
you
know, is not the same. Anyway,
100%.
Yeah. Also, just a minor thing. I remember seeing some people talk about that, and I just thought it was stupid because, like, no, she's not staying with Quill. That would literally, it doesn't make any sense. Anyways, where were we? Dark Pictures Anthology. That's where we were talking about twists, Man and Maiden, House of Ashes. That's where we were. Anyways, yeah, horror game. I've lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
It's whatever. Yeah, we were talking about the twists and how, yeah, okay. But anyways, yes, that was the trailer for Dark Pictures Anthology House of Ashes.
It was.
Yes, it was. It technically was not a gameplay trailer. There is a gameplay reveal coming the 27th of May. So we might look into that when it comes out as well.
Okay.
But all I'll say is like I hope it's not, it was all fake. That's all I hope. But anything else to say before we move on?
I don't.
No.
All right. In that case, let us move on to the next segment, which is host topics. So, excuse me, anybody got a host topic?
I've been so busy this past week, dude.
All right, what about Matthew?
Matthew, do you have a Hirsch topic? Yes. What?
Take that as a no. All right then. What?
I said sorry.
It's whatever, man. Yeah, and like I said, I've already explained why I don't necessarily come up with them every week. And maybe I should try and come up with them, but also other things happen.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right then. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't really have a host topic that I can think of. All right, in that case, we'll just move swiftly onward towards the news. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but it is fine. It is fun. It is the news. As the news. Anyways, so this piece of news I wanted to talk about last week, but it's technically a week old news, but whatever.
Yeah.
The cat. Why are you like this? Huh? Why are you like this? Do you want to stay in my room or do you want to leave? Why do you have to be like this? Off-screen cat problems. Anyways, so first bit of news we have for today, which is something I wanted to talk about last week, but we didn't have an episode last week, so we're talking about it now. So it's technically week-old news, but it's still worth discussing in my eyes. Anyways, so Blizzard, in their infinite wisdom, let's try that again. So yeah, Blizzard in their infinite wisdom are idiots once again. So Blizzard lowered the price for its clone service for World of Warcraft. So basically, the way this works is that Blizzard. Why can't I just say things in the way I mean to say them? Jesus Christ. So World of War Classic. World of War Classic is the classic version of World of Warcraft. Jesus, why can't I say things? Why is it whenever I get to the news, I just stumble on my words? Fuck me. Okay. So basically, there was this service that Blizzard had where you could clone your character. Yeah, clone a character for World of War Classic, and then sort of, what's the word? I can't remember the word.
Migrate?
Word.
Update.
Transfer. That's what it was. Okay, so yes, the cloning service that transfers, you could clone a character and then transfer it over to basically a different version of the game. So you could have, a character playing World of War Classic into Burning Crusade, and then you could clone that character and move over to regular World of Warcraft that isn't Classic and continue on through there. So yeah, the company is Crusade content with the same character. Yeah, so we'll let players keep playing the original World of Warcraft Classic content and the Burning Crusade content with the same character. Yeah.
Cool.
But here's the thing. So they were charging $35 for it, which is a very large amount, especially considering that World of Warcraft is a monthly paid subscription for a game.
Yeah.
And they were going to make players pay $35 just to clone a character into another version of the game so they could keep playing it.
Sounds like what Pokemon did, except more expensive.
So
Sounds a lot more expensive than what Pokemon did.
Sounds literally exactly like what Pokemon did, exactly to a T in every way.
Pokemon isn't a subscription service, Kevin.
Blizzard basically said, this is a new concept. This is a new service for us. We're not sure what we're doing. Our original concept of the value of this service was largely based on how we price other optional items and services, which is ridiculous. It's like, what? It's a monthly paid game. Like, it's a monthly paid subscription service. What other fucking services do you have these people paying for? Anyways. Realms feel as though their choice comes with possibility that they'll be able to build relationships, blah, blah, blah. So they got a lot of complaints over this, and they lowered the price to $15. They literally said, so after careful consideration. I hate it when companies say that. It's like, after careful consideration. I hate it when it's such corporate talk. I hate it when they do say stuff like that in statements. I just want to read this. So, as always, we deeply appreciate the passion and thoughtfulness of the WoW community. We play WoW alongside you. Can't wait to join you next week at Plaza Realms in the Burning Crusade Classic pre-patch, and we step through the dark portal with you in June. It's just fucking. As always, we deeply appreciate the passion and thoughtfulness of the WoW community. It's
a very passionate community, as we all know.
It's just
for their video game.
It's such a corporate statement. It's like, we always appreciate you guys. Totally. We're not a soulless corporate entity that just wants your money. We have a personality.
And that's why we make you charge for things.
It's like, those fucking stupid Twitter accounts that corporations have, like Wendy's has a Twitter account, and they just post random stuff to try and make you feel like they're a person. It's like, what are you doing? I hate you. I don't hate you,
I'm glad you feel that way. I have spoken to people who are avid fans. Well, I haven't actually, not avid, but I have spoken to people who are quite fans of the Wendy's on Twitter, and of the couple of them on Twitter.
Maybe saying I hate them is a little bit of a strong statement, but it's just such a they're literally just trying to make themselves feel like a person, like they're trying to be chummy with you. It's like, no,
they have to.
Corporate entity. They want your money.
Well, of course they want your money, but they need to be personable.
But they're a whole corporation is the problem.
I know, but do you feel better about Wendy's or ExxonMobil? ExxonMobil's a phone company, right?
I don't know, probably.
Oil? Oh, okay. T-Mobile. Yeah, telephone mobile. Do you feel...
I mean, I'd probably feel better about phone companies in general if they didn't carve up the map with their service providers.
Okay, so what's a different company? Do you feel better about Comcast or about McDonald's as companies?
Neither.
Okay, Comcast or Five Guys.
I mean, they're big corporate entities. Like, they provide a service that you need.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you don't need fast food, but a majority of people need fast food. That's
you
the thing.
You don't need a phone.
The majority, you do need a phone in this day and age.
What about all the people in other countries that don't have phones?
No. Yeah, we don't live in those countries, Devin. We live in a stupid modern country. If you don't have a smartphone to scan your stupid AR codes, you can't get a job.
That is actually true. This was really this was a hang up in getting a job.
I know.
Stupid.
That's the yeah. I think it's stupid. I genuinely do. This isn't a smartphone. This is a dumb phone. I like to call it, because it's by Microsoft and they stopped supporting it. So it just exists in a nebulous state and it can't do anything fancy.
Matthew has his $500 phone or whatever.
Not
$700.
$500. I don't remember how much it was.
Yeah.
9,000.
Uh-oh.
This makes it look fancy.
Right.
What?
What?
You just broke up a ton.
Yeah.
No.
It's fine.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Where did I start breaking up?
Right at the very beginning when you started talking.
Okay,
Your $7,000 phone.
I was saying not $7,000. I don't know how much this is, but it's out. It's over 100. Probably not smacked it into a metal pole by accident.
This was not over 100.
Like
This
these-
was extremely cheap. Mwah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just really annoys me. It's just so many problems.
Well, at least the internet companies didn't carve up the map, so that's good.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they're not going after Elon Musk's new space internet.
About that.
Yeah.
About that. You know what? This is very unrelated, but can I just say how much Elon Musk kind of annoys me as a person? Like, I don't have anything against him in particular, but I really don't enjoy digital cryptocurrency is not a thing I enjoy. I don't think it's the future of anything. I don't like it. I especially don't like how they have dumb names like Dogecoin, which is the thing he's doing. And he's gonna build a fucking rocket that's called a Doge 1, and he's gonna pay for it with Dogecoin. Sorry, that was completely off topic, but that just annoys me. It has no right to annoy me, but it does.
That's because Doge's only value is that people want to believe that it has value eventually. And so if you make it into just a giant meme,
it just annoys me. That's just the thing that annoys me. It has no right to annoy me as much as it does, but it does.
I mean, Aaron, do you want to buy 20 million Dogecoin? 20 million? Okay. Do you want to buy 20,000 Dogecoin for a couple dollars?
No. That's the problem with anything digital. It's just numbers in a machine. It technically doesn't have value. That's why cryptocurrency
That's the same
is so
thing with our
goddamn
paper.
unstable.
Well, that is the same thing with our paper, though. The paper is just
It's-
numbers in a machine.
Yeah, it's not actually valuable either when you think about it.
I mean,
okay, I'm quite
yes,
serious.
If people
and
didn't believe
no.
it was valuable, then it wouldn't be valuable.
No, not just that, but a good chunk of our financial system is actually just numbers in a machine. It's
Yeah, I know.
It's
I am
dollars,
aware of that.
but there's nothing. There's not even paper.
The thing is, like, that's why, like, because I get it. There are problems,
Yeah.
but it's at least we have the cover of physical things. When you
Yeah.
have a full digital currency, everything breaks down.
Yeah.
Well, now we just need little coins that represent Dogecoins.
So pointless. We already have that. It's called money.
No, we'll take pennies and we'll just imprint. We'll flatten them out and then we'll print Doge on them. And each penny can be worth.
Are you suggesting
bunch
that
of
those
Doge.
novelty coin presses are the future of currency?
Yes, that's what he's saying.
Ooh,
Novelty coin presses.
Maybe
Oh my god.
They're gonna make a boom in the next few years.
we could just make a machine that just pumps out little plastic Dogecoins.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
just
good for the
related to gaming.
environment. That's really good for the environment. Thousands and thousands of plastic coins.
Yeah, we can add little
People lose change in the street. You really want them to lose plastic?
How did we segue from this
I don't
From
know.
gaming to
Anyway,
this.
Blizzard are idiots, and they really shouldn't be charging an expense for this
Okay.
at all, because it's a monthly paid subscription anyways.
Mhm.
And really the only people playing are people that have been playing for over 10 years anymore. Their player base is dropping off real bad.
They
So
just
the
wanna
fact that they're
squeeze
just
them.
trying to squeeze as much money out of the people that are left is kind of bad look for them.
Yeah.
Anyways,
And not smart.
no, you don't say.
Have you guys heard of what happened with D&D in the very beginning? The Blooms or whatever they were called.
Hmm?
In the very beginning for D&D, it was like the group of guys in the basement working on these games, and then they eventually upgraded to a house, and then they eventually upgraded to like a proper business, and they were making like $1 million a year or something. And then they developed like different departments and stuff, and it was a pretty big business, but it wasn't like raking in money. It was just finally solvent. It wasn't losing money.
I see.
And there was a group of people that had financed them early on that owned a large share of the stock, and they bought the rest of the shares. So they held 51% and could control the company. So they fired Gary Gygax from the company. And they didn't and then they started firing all the Gary Gygax.
Then they hired his wife,
company.
who apparently is a very terrible person.
Oh.
If wait, is it his wife? I remember hearing something about Gary Gygax's wife essentially like
I don't want. Okay, let's not talk about that.
Talk about that.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
It literally
good,
doesn't matter.
Good. Turns out she was actually a partridge in a pear tree.
Alien.
That's a good good explanation. She was a partridge in a pear tree.
Anyway, you were saying, Devin?
So yeah, so the Blooms with fairly, I mean, I would say greedy intentions, so not good intentions. They thought we will.
Then they went on to form Wizards of the Coast.
We'll be able to pull money out of this. Well, they didn't form Wizards of the Coast, I don't think.
I think surprised.
Wizards of the Coast was the company that was making Magic, and that was completely different. And then Wizards was successful, and so they bought.
Yeah, because I think it was originally who's the original publisher of it? It was it just Gary Guy? What was the publisher name? Because they had an original publisher before.
TSR,
right?
Yeah, TSR.
So TSR was their company, and I don't remember what TSR stood for, but that was their company. And then the Blooms took it over and fired the main creative people who made the company and made it successfully run.
Oh dear. That doesn't sound good at all.
And they thought it would actually still work.
Yeah.
And it's like it's sad, because if they'd just like taken dividends or whatever, I don't know what if they'd been less greedy about it, they could have made more money, which is kind of funny.
It's actually really funny you say that, because my God, does the game industry work on short-term investment only?
Oof.
Like, it's crazy. Like, it's genuinely insane how short-sighted some of these games industry people are. It is insane how short-sighted they are.
That's sad.
Like, you have games like they're like, I guess that's kind of why games as a service are becoming so not popular, but like because they can keep pumping. It's like an annual thing, it's like everybody wants the games as a service that people just coming back to and spending money on, instead of just creating a game that retails for a price.
Yeah.
Like how we did it back in the old days. But
you can't just wait until the board games start having subscription services. Each board game, so like you can get the Catan subscription to subscribe to Catan.
I
That
mean,
wouldn't make sense. How would they enforce that?
would it really?
No, they would just send you Catan
Was it
stuff.
not Parker Brothers? What's the big board game company?
Warner Brothers?
Not Warner Brothers. What is it
Fox.
called? Is it Parker Brothers?
Disney?
It's not Parker Brothers. Parker Brothers went out of business.
Airbnb. I'm not helpful.
Hasbro. That's who it is. Hasbro.
Whoa, it does have bro in it. So yeah.
Hasbro is the company I was thinking of. But yeah, I wouldn't put it past Hasbro to do any of that. Because Hasbro owns a lot of board games. and
Hasbro owns
subsidiaries.
Wizards.
What?
And Hasbro owns Wizards.
yeah,
and
I
Wizards
forgot
owns
about that.
TSR, and TSR owns D&D.
I forgot they owned Wizards of the Coast. How did I forget about that?
They don't want you to know. They don't want you to remember.
Their I'm
reputation.
not surprised.
Their
Wizard of the Coast has already done enough to piss me off.
Yeah.
Anyway,
on the plus side, the commercialization of D&D has made it so a lot of people I never thought would have played D&D are now talking and playing D&D, and it's really cool.
I suppose. I mean, that is cool. It is nice to have so mainstream, but at the same time, God, does it generate some of the worst people sometimes?
We had weird people in the past.
Yeah, but the more something becomes mainstream, the worse people you get in it. Which is just how that I'm not gonna say that's just how literally any fandom or anything.
Yeah,
more mainstream
just
something
the worst.
The more people there are, the worse people you're gonna find. You know what I mean? Because there's people that kind of like there's groups of people that jump onto popular things because it's a bandwagon that they can jump onto.
Like Raylo fans.
Like there are people, just to bring up JoJo, just because I know a lot about this, there are people who just know JoJo through the memes and pretend they're actual fans. Or there's people that just want to jump on the popularity of JoJo just to talk about it. And then they try and watch the series and think it's going to be funny from the memes and then dislike it because the memes are so prevalent. Because JoJo is not, I mean, it's funny, but it's not like...
Not a comedy.
No, it's not. It's not even close to be a comedy.
Can we make fun of Raylo fans because they actually managed to influence the movie?
Raylo?
Yeah.
Kylo Ren and Rey.
Ren and Rey. People saying they should be in a relationship, and then they kissed. Why'd they kiss? Because people said they should be in a relationship.
Yeah, that's yeah, that didn't make a lot of sense to me.
I mean, it only made sense for that reason. That is the only reason for it to make sense, is because they wanted.
I mean, that's what happens when you hire a guy who's just there to listen to whatever happens. J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, this is what happens when you hire a leader to do the will of the people. And not all the people, not the majority of the people.
It had to be J.J. Abrams.
Subsection of people.
I think we've gotten severely off topic, but that doesn't, because I was having fun. Anyways.
We got really off topic. He had to go to the restroom.
Right. Good.
Because he has to rest in a room.
Right. But yes, where were we?
Raylo, Blizzard. We were talking
about on a bunch of things. Anyways, yes.
Hasbro.
Oh, that's right. Short-sightedness in the games industry. That's where we were. Yeah. The games industry is incredibly short-sighted, and it's really weird because I'm just gonna get this out there now. I think it's really weird because genuinely, it's insane how much like they don't want some money. They want all the money. Like that's just a thing that a lot of games corporations want. They don't just want some money, they want all the money. But it's weird because like there's been a lot of complaints about over the years, like $60 has been a standard price for games for a long time, but like it's only like a standard because that's what people like. It was like some games companies said that's the standard, and then people started doing it, and then nobody really fought back against it, so it just kind of became the standard. And now there's talks of raising the standard price to maybe $70 to $80 for a game.
Yeah. No,
it doesn't make sense.
No, it makes sense. Recently, there's been some big inflation. They want to catch up with it.
No. But that's the thing. Like, the biggest thing games corporations will cry about when people complain about their games in terms of like their, like, you know, what's the term? Like when games developers put like microtransactions or other things in games. The thing that they will cry about the most is like, it's so expensive to make games. You don't understand. This is the only way we can make our money back. And I'm like, and I'm here sitting over here thinking like, you know, I don't think that's the only way you could make your money back. I'm pretty sure there's a lot you could do to cut down the price on making games. Like, I don't know, not making games that cost $60,000. You know,
Yeah, you could probably cut down by not spending as
Like-
much money on the game.
like the last 10 years have basically just been a slew of incredibly over budgeted games, which has, I think, done a number on the perception of both shareholders and company heads over the years, because I think for some reason they've been doing this so long that they forgot how to actually cut down on prices. Anyways, basically what I'm saying is like, they could just make smaller games. They don't, like, Red Dead Redemption 2 cost like over $100 million to make or some shit. Like, it was ridiculously expensive to make, and there were microtransactions, and it was like a games as a service. I'm probably overestimating that, by the way, but it was a ridiculously expensive game, and it like had like over 100 plus hours of crunch time put into it, and that Rockstar literally shouted from the hilltops because they thought it was a proud statement.
Wow.
Anyways, we need to move on because we've been on this news segment for too long at talking about other things. Anyways, the last thing I want to state, we're still on the Blizzard thing, by the way, if you don't remember. We're still on that. I think I already said my piece on this when I tried to get away last time, but this service they are providing should be free because it is WoW is a monthly subscription model, and it has been since its original release. And they are already putting in other microtransactions as well, but this should be free. This should not be any pay at all. Anyways, that's all I tried to say. Any thoughts, agreements, whatever, just before we move on to the next bit of news?
No.
All right. Fuck. Sorry. I just looked and I was like, oh no. Our next bit of news is a big one.
No.
All right. So I'm gonna do this slightly out of order than how our next bit. I'm gonna do this one first so we can get the big one later. Our next bit of news is regarding EA. So EA is opening a new development studio. And the lead, I guess, what's the term? Like the studio will be led by the former Shadow of Mordor executive, executive producer probably, or not producer. Actually, what was it? Blah blah blah. What was his name? Yeah. During the what yeah, Stevens oversaw projects. Okay, so yeah, he was probably an executive producer. He oversaw projects on Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, Middle-earth, Shadow of War, which are big open world shadow, like what's the Lord of the Rings type games that had very innovative AI systems for the time, actually. I don't remember the term for it, but basically the Nemesis system, that's right. Basically in Shadow of War, they had this system called the Nemesis system where you would literally create nemesis from like basic enemies. Like if you fought against an enemy, sometimes they might come back with like a scar or something, or if you left somebody alive, or if like you killed, or if like somebody killed you, he would like become your nemesis. And like it was all like natural and inclined, what's the term? Like words. Basically what I'm saying is like that was a really cool system that basically allowed you to have very weird stories with basically any NPC in the game. It was very cool for the time. But so Monolith was the original creators of those series, and if I remember correctly, EA shut down Monolith, which was a thing, which is why they're opening a new development studio led by or maybe they didn't shut down Monolith. I don't know if they shut down Monolith or not. Sorry, it's hard to keep track. EA has shut down like over 20 plus different studios in their time. Like,
wow.
I genuinely don't know if Monolith is still around or not. It's hard to keep track of studios that they have acquired and still have, or if it's a dead studio. But yes, they're opening a studio, opening a new studio led by Stevens. What is his name? So yeah, once again, Kevin Stevens, led by that, and he will also be reunited with a senior VP of Monolith as well, Samantha Ryan, who was formerly president of Monolith and worked with Stevens. Ryan told Game History. That's the other thing. When they announced this, EA said, like, we're doing this, and then they announced that they will be working on a brand new what did they call it? Action, where was it? Like action, open world action RPG space adventure thing. Like, yeah, action adventure. Where is this? What did they call it? Why can't I look at this? Steam playing experience. Okay, work on an open world action adventure game. Sorry, that's what it was. So they're working on an open world action adventure game, apparently. Which, can I just say, is literally the most generic genre of game at this point. It's been so overdone. I literally just got off on a rant why open world games aren't good. Anyways. But yeah, so when I read that, I was like, action open. Sorry, did I fall asleep while you were saying that statement? It's very boring. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting that EA is expanding its portfolio with another studio. I'm interested to see how long this one will last before they kill it, like they do with every other studio they have.
No, Sean. No, Aaron. This time they will keep it around. You can trust them.
No, they won't. Yeah, we don't know much about its studio or what it's working on other than an action adventure open world game. But yeah, I mean, I guess I don't have much else to say about this other than just, I don't know. I don't know, man. EA has been quiet for a while. They haven't done anything too stupid in a while. Division has been taking the spotlight for stupidity.
That's good.
I mean, sure.
Well then, they need to get back on the leaderboards, Aaron.
What?
They need to get back on the leaderboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
EA has been pretty quiet as of late. I don't think they've done anything super ridiculous. Most of the spotlight for stupid in the game industry has just been Activision Blizzard. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even remotely excited for whatever game they're working on just based on the genre it is alone, because there are too many open world games that are in the action adventure genre. Like, seriously. But yeah, anything to say before we move on? That was just a little bit of tiny news that I thought was worth whatever,
Not
talking about.
much.
Anyway, so yes, that's that. Moving on to the next bit of news. Anyways, so this here we'll be looking at this is the part where we'll be looking at E3. Specifically what so E3's new event that's coming up in soon, a couple weeks, I think. When is it? It's June something. Yeah, June 12th, sorry. Oh, sorry, it's June 7th. Yes. So this year's E3 will be entirely digital, which makes sense, considering pandemic and all that. But this year's E3 will be entirely digital, and the way it'll work is that the ESA, which is like the guys that basically run E3, have created a virtual portal / app that you can sign up to for like all of the event. Like they have virtual booths for games and stuff, I guess. Like they created this virtual portal and an app. Yeah, a key hub for the duration of the show. Yeah, in the press release, the ESA described the online portal and app as a key hub for the duration of the show. Yeah, it will feature hosted events, virtual booths, online forums, video conferencing, and even profile and avatar creation. The exhibitor booths will have special events along with VOD content and articles, and will act as hubs within the portal for key announcements and game information tied to each exhibitor. The app will also have lounges described as gathering spots for all E3 attendees, along with leaderboards. The leaderboards are apparently gamified show elements that can be collected and displayed, encouraging fans to interact with in as many ways as possible. So, yeah. So, yeah, they basically created this, the portal and app will also show the E3 live broadcast, complete with interactive overlays featuring viewer polls and tweets that makes change from watching thousands of people demand Elden Ring and a. Although it's worth noting, the broadcast will still air on the usual range of platforms, including E3's YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. So they created like this portal app thing to do all this stuff in, but they're still just streaming all of the events on Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that. So you don't have to do any of that stuff. You could just watch the events on Twitch, yeah, you can expect major publisher showcases, press conferences, and individual panels, extended live streams, and special guest appearances with Alex Mendez, blah, blah, Jackie Jing, and Greg Miller as hosts. So that's content for the broadcasts. Writing interactive experience. Bespoke online app that will allow fans, media industry professionals to have an E3 experience designed to run parallel to the 4-day broadcast, laying the foundations for an interactive E3 elements which can be beyond this year's all virtual show. Yeah, media. So media will be given access to the portal early. So like games media and stuff will be given out access to the portal early on June 7th, with public access beginning on June 12th and running until the end of the show on the 15th. The ESA said that the registration for the access to the online E3 portal will be free, and signups will open later this month. Hopefully the E3, okay. And also just to say, E3 2021 already has a fairly decent lineup of publishers attending the show, including Nintendo, Xbox, Capcom, Ubisoft, Take-Two Interactive, Warner Bros. Games, and Koch Media. Some publishers have decided to go rogue, however. Konami pulled out of the lineup. EA is hosting its own ePlay event. Blah, blah. Again, Sony is absent from the lineup. Anyways. So yeah, I was just reading some stuff there. But yeah, so the ESA. God, I need a drink. So just to summarize, the ESA, in lieu of the pandemic, has created a virtual portal and app for you to basically virtually attend E3, to do booths and whatever else it usually has, but in a virtual space, which is interesting. However, I don't trust the ESA as far as I can throw them. And considering they're a giant corporation, I can't throw them very far. The reason for this is that it even mentions it in the article. So the ESA doesn't exactly have a good track record with keeping attendees' personal information safe. I believe it was last year's E3 or maybe the E3 before that. Over 2,000 people that attended that E3's personal information got leaked. Now it's all the ESA's fault. So I don't trust them very much to keep anybody's personal information safe on a portal app. That's just me though. I don't know. Maybe you have a different opinion on the matter. Anyways, that was a lot of me just talking and spouting information. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I think it will probably be underattended, but some of the announcements will be overattended. Like attended more than
probably. Usually, continue. No, go for it.
I was just digitalizing something like E3. Well, I don't think it'll have the same effect.
Yeah, probably
doesn't. It just it'd be like going to a game convention but doing it online. It's like you don't really want to do that.
Yeah, they usually have like a crowd of people and a stage and big stage and stage productions and stuff. So there's usually always like a crowd of people reacting to whatever they're doing. So like there's always that, and they always see everything, I think. Or there's probably like people that move in and out or whatever. But when you have this, it's like there's probably definitely a lot of people that will just skip out on some stuff, if they don't think it's interesting. For me personally, I usually watch all of the stuff anyways, but that's just because I like to keep up to date with what's going on in the games industry and what new games are being released and such. Hey, you two watching E3 period would be a good way to start getting into like, the games industry and trying to figure out what's going on. E3 is a very, it's a big event. It's, hosted every year. So, yeah. And it's like, it's hosted on like the ASA's /E3's YouTube channel and Facebook and Twitter and Twitch and all that place. So, it's live streamed everywhere if you don't want to do the portal app thing. What do you think, Matthew?
I don't understand. Anyway,
I explained the portal app pretty
I know
substantially,
but my brain goes, I
see. All right. What information does that give me? Sorry, no, that's fair. Anyways, but yes, I just to say, I always do vaguely look forward to E3 just to see what's going on, even though E3 is more of a overall E3 is more or less just a lot of like, it's basically like there's the subset of people that are like the hype train and they get super into it, and then there's people like me who are like, I'll watch and see what's going on. And the people like me are usually the people who are like, man, I can't wait to see games that are hopefully games and not movies, the pretending to be games. You know what I mean? Like the, CGI instead of actual gameplay and stuff like that. Nintendo is usually pretty good about that, though.
Yeah, they are, actually. It's a good point.
And they, so they will actually be attending E3, which is, I think, it's not a first, but it's the first time they've been at E3 in a while. Usually they just do their Nintendo Treehouse and Nintendo Direct at the same time as E3, but they haven't actually been a part of E3 in a while, so that's new. It's interesting that they're actually in the run-up to show stuff at E3. That's, I mean, it's E3. I basically just outlined everything that's going on. We don't, well, we probably have information, some vague information of what's being shown, because this is technically week-old news, but it's still several weeks before the E3 even starts. So, it's still worth talking about.
Yeah.
But yes, any last thoughts before we just move on to our last bit of news? All right, this is another thing that's probably going to confuse you guys. So next we'll be talking about the Summer Game Fest, which is Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest, which is like it's kind of similar to E3. It's called Summer Game Fest. It's kind of similar to E3, but it's hosted by Jeff Keighley, and this actually will have as well Summer Games Fest event process announcements show on Thursday, 10th June. Sorry, the June 10th. Premieres. Yeah, there's going to be a musical performance by Weezer, apparently. I don't know why, but that is the case. So yeah, this is not part of E3 at all. Yeah, Summer Game Fest will take place roughly at the same time. I believe this is a completely digital event as well, which makes sense. Pandemic and all that. It's hard to host anything live when you have that going on. But so the Summer Games Fest is interesting in the case that some of the usual players in E3 did not go to E3, but instead went to Summer Games Fest. Specifically, PlayStation, EA, and Xbox will take part in Summer Games Fest, as well as a large host of other publishers and developers. So specifically, the people that will be attending Summer Games Fest is 2K, Activision, Amazon Games, Annapurna Interactive, Bandai Namco Entertainment, Battle State Games, Blizzard Entertainment, Capcom, Devolver Digital, Dotomo, Electronic Arts, EA, Epic Games, Finji, Frontier, Gearbox Publishing, Hi-Rez Studios, Innersloth, Koch Media, Mediatonic, MiHoYo, PlayStation, Psyonix, Raw Fury, Riot Games, Saber Interactive, Sega, Steam, Square Enix, Tribeca Festival, Tencent Games, Warner Bros. Games, Ubisoft, and Wizards of the Coast, as well as Xbox. Now, Wizards of the Coast caught my attention because it's interesting that they're attending a games media event at all, which caught my attention. I know there's a new D&D game, D&D Dark Alliance, I think it's called, is coming out, but I don't know, maybe they'll show some more stuff for that. But yeah, Summer Games Fest is basically the same kind of thing as E3, except it doesn't have a digital portal like E3 does. The ESA went out of its way to create a digital portal, and Summer Games Fest is just the live streams. And yeah, this following. Yeah, there's some publisher live streams and some announcements of other things as well. But yeah, oh my goodness. Yes. Sorry, this one's a little bit more boring because it doesn't involve the ESA being idiots, or a completely digital portal that they just decided to create. This is just more standard stuff, but it's worth noting, especially considering some of the regular guys at E3 are coming over the Summer Games Fest, so there's that. We'll just have to see what happens, I suppose. But that'll be happening June 10th. So basically the same day or same week at least as E3. So they'll be running side by side. That's a lot of stuff to try and take in within a week, but some people manage to do it. I don't know how they do that, but they do. Yes.
Some people watch multiple streams a day.
Well, yeah.
They're like 5 hours long.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
They do that.
Wow.
It's in fact a true fact.
How do people have time for this?
Because a lot of people who watch Twitch don't actually quote unquote watch it. They just have it on in the background.
True.
Excuse me. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm interested to see what both of these events have in store. Geez, I'm just thinking, there's going to be so much to cover during the podcast after that week. Oh my God. There's so much to cover. All right. Anyways, anything else to say? That was the last bit of news for this week. So anything else to say? Agree on, postpone, jingle all the way?
No.
All right, then. That is fair. But yes, so just as a final thing, so yes, the E3 and the E3 and Summer Games Fest will be running side by side of each other, basically on the same week. There's a lot of publishers and developers in both of them, and there's a lot of stuff that's going to be revealed most likely. So enjoy it when it happens, because I'm gonna probably break down and cry because of how much stuff I'm gonna have to write down and figure out for when we cover it, because that's gonna be a mess. That's probably gonna be like 5 hours. No, it's not only 5 hours, hopefully. Anyways, oopsies, not what I meant to do. Anyways, that was the news for the week. So that was the last bit of news for the week. I said that twice because it was such a nice sentence. I had to say it twice. But anyways, fuck. I should really bring more water when I do these. Without further ado, in that case, let us swiftly move on towards shameless self-promotion. The part of the show where we shamelessly self-promote ourselves. So yeah, Devin, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, shameless self-promotion. So the part of the show where we shamelessly self-promote ourselves and talk about what we coming out the week. Devin, what have you got coming up this week, or things to watch out for, and where can people find you?
I just uploaded a video to the DeliatZ/Evan channel about it's titled "Why I Don't Do Drugs or Smoke or Drink." And I think it's a very good video. It's probably one of the best videos I've ever made. Because it's 16 minutes long, but it feels like 8 minutes, and it took about 20 hours to edit.
I see.
Yeah. Not really, but I went through so many iterations of it, and it was all in a very short amount of time.
Right.
Maybe 10 hours. I kind of fell asleep halfway through editing it. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It's a good video. If you've seen it, Aaron Norex, if you probably have not seen it. Yeah, you would like it. I did. I published it yesterday, and it already has 120 some views.
Oh.
And since I have 37 subscribers at this time, that means that I got 3-4 times as many views as I have subscribers, and that's just in the first 23 hours.
But did you ask people to subscribe?
I did at the very end. I did not do the stupid statistics thing.
At the
Yeah.
end is where people pay attention to.
Mhm. Always have a good ending. Otherwise, a lot of people will think it's shit.
It's a good
Well,
video.
yeah.
It has a good ending. You'd like it. You
Yeah.
give it your stamp of approval.
Right. But what?
One
Sorry.
other thing. I have one other. No, you were about to ask anything else. I have one other thing, which is the Sabre that I've been working on
Mhm.
is finally going to be finished. Hopefully, either today or tomorrow.
Right.
I have a whole bunch of yard work I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I think so. I need to finish it today.
Right. That makes
I don't want
sense. That makes sense.
Being busy is fun, but it's also exhausting.
Yeah, it very much is. But yeah, that's is that everything
That
for
is
that
everything.
week? Oh yeah, where can people find you?
You can find me by typing DELIYETZ. That's DELIYTYYE. You heard it the first time. You can go back. This is recorded. And you type that into YouTube, and you have to type it in very specifically because otherwise it doesn't show up. And then it will show you my channel, which is called Evan Hart.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. DelliotZ/Evan Hart. You can find it in the description. If
That too. You
damn it.
can find me in the description.
Yeah, everything froze for half a second.
Oh no.
But yeah, and you can't find him on Twitter. Don't forget that.
You can't find me on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know. I mean, do you want to shill any of your other channels that you might do something with?
So I've been reading Encyclopedia is where the Sabres are going,
All right.
and that's it. I don't have.
You have two other channels. Are you going to do anything with them?
Do I have two other channels?
Yes, you do.
Oh.
Yeah, they just have
Mafu Gaming and
LinkedIn.
Blingdon. Oh, Blingdon. I forgot Blingdon exists. Blingdon exists. Yeah, I'll make Minecraft videos at some point. Turns out that I have time, and I don't have time to make Minecraft videos anymore.
Right. Hey, it's great. You know,
yeah.
it's like having 4 hosts in one.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, so that's it for you this week, Devin.
That is it for me this
All right.
week.
In that case, Matthew, what have you got coming up this week, and where can people find yo?
I don't know that I have anything coming up this week, but
Great.
but you can find my channel at Mystical Meanderings
All right.
on YouTube.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
You're not going to shill your Twitter or your
Nope.
Twitch? All right.
Oh,
then.
right. Also, you can find me on Twitch
All right. Cool. Good.
under the same name.
I'm glad I'm here, is all I'm going to say. I'm glad somebody here is good at shilling for you, and it's not you. Yes, that's okay. So you don't have anything coming up this week, but you might have something coming at some point, and people can find you on Twitch and YouTube and possibly Twitter,
Technically.
all under Mystical Meanderings. And that's it for you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving on to moi, or I guess before moi, we'll move on to Max, who isn't here. I never mentioned that, but he's not here a lot, so it doesn't really need to be mentioned at this point. But go watch his stuff, Dillian Kriker. He has a second channel, Dillian Does Things. I don't know if he posted anything really on that. He's got anime videos and stuff. Go watch him. He's cool. Moving on to me, however, I will continue to be hosting the podcast. You get it. The podcast will keep coming out. Other than that, I have a few video plans in the future, but I need to fucking sit down and write them, for God's sakes. Anyways, other than that, you can find me on Twitter at gaming, the discussion, where probably won't post much, honestly. I don't use Twitter, really. I'm an old man. I don't use Twitter. I honestly don't. I don't use Twitter at all, really. I post when the episode goes up, and I post or retweet like random news articles that I think are fun. I don't know. Follow me if you feel inclined. I guess. Enjoy the content. That's all I have to say. Enjoy the content. Yes.
Yeah.
I could chill for a D&D campaign that doesn't exist, but I won't. Isn't that right, Matthew? Yes. Now that that's out of the way, what was that? I heard something. That was weird.
There's a ninja spider.
And that was the shameless self-promotion bit. Moving on.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you all so much for watching this episode of the GTD Podcast. What the hell was that? Come back here next week and there'll probably be an episode. Hell, Max might even be in it.
Nah.
You never know. Who knows anything? Who truly knows? But yes, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. I like shilling. Shilling is cool. Shilling is what cool people do. You can find everything we talked about as well as everybody's channels, all of them, all 4 of his channels, in the description below, as well as the pinned comment or pinned comment if you're on YouTube, description if you're on anything else. You get it. But like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, all that good spikely doos. Can we get I shouldn't have to ask for goodbyes, but yes, goodbye and see you later.
Yeah.
Farewell.
Yes.